I started Care for Karamoja because I learned that Rothschild's giraffes were in trouble in Uganda, and in fact giraffes all over Africa were in trouble and the populations were declining. So I thought I would just take one action to help, and it's turned into a 3.5-year odyssey. Care for Karamoja is trying to improve the lives of giraffes, ostriches, and people in the Karamoja region, which is in the northeastern corner of Uganda. And it started for me as a giraffe project, but it really involves the people in the region too. You can't save a species without having the people who share their habitat also be passionate about saving the species. We're trying to get the communities to live more sustainably, but also engage them with the wildlife in the park. Most of the people in Uganda have never seen a giraffe in the wild, or an elephant for that matter. So beginning to get the people who live right near the park into the park is a big goal. Improving their livelihoods, helping them to live more sustainably. Other than my dog, giraffes are my favorite animal and have been for quite some time. I worked with them for about 10 years before I knew that their populations were in decline in the wild. And at that point, everything really changed for me, and it went from just, I love giraffes, to I need to help giraffes. Care for Karamoja really started from a single idea, which was to provide an incubator and hatcher for ostrich eggs to try to help local people begin ostrich farming in the Karamoja region. Ostrich are native there, and so it made a lot of sense to me, and I thought, oh, no big deal. I'll send an incubator to Africa, to Uganda. It turned out that was a big challenge because, well, the incubator is really big, and Africa is far, and anyway, it took a while to find someone who would donate the perfect incubator and hatcher. But that really was the genesis for all of this. So beginning with getting the local people involved and helping them with their livelihood through ostrich farming has led to all the other ideas that have come as we've moved forward. In the last 2 years, the infrastructure in Uganda, meaning the roads and the amount of power lines and electricity to various more outlying regions, has greatly improved. It's really quite amazing. So it's helpful because the timing for this project is perfect. There was no ability for tourists really to get to Kadepo without a long, bumpy journey. Now that the Karamoja region is becoming more accessible by smoother roads, it will really help to bring some tourist revenue into the region. Following our week of giraffe census work in Kadepo Valley National Park, we had a really wonderful meeting with 2 of the rangers that had spent much of the week with us. And what was helpful about that is we got their perspective on their needs, what would help them do a better job each day, and also their feelings about what was important for the local people and connecting them to wildlife. So those specific details on their needs and what would make their job easier and help them be more effective each day, I think is really going to inform us as we move forward in the future. One of the most fulfilling things about this project is I really started by just thinking I would send an incubator and hatcher and that would be the end of the story, and it's really led to amazing partnerships with Uganda Wildlife Education Centre and also Uganda Wildlife Authority. Without people and without partnerships and without collaboration, I really think we can't get anything done. We can't save a species, we can't save ourselves, we can't save the planet. The executive director of Uganda Wildlife Education Centre is James Musinguzi. He has very great connections in Uganda Wildlife Authority and around the country, and his investment in the project has been gratifying and really supportive. Isaac Mujasi is the Director of Marketing and Business Relations at Uganda Wildlife Education Centre, but he also is an amazing off-road driver, a really great friend, has a huge heart, and is my main contact on the project. Often with partnerships, it's helpful to formalize them, and it's taken over a year, but just this past week we signed a memorandum of understanding with Uganda Wildlife Education Centre, Uganda Wildlife Authority, and Care for Karamoja, which will help us to all work together with sort of formalized roles to really make a difference in the Karamoja region. I don't think you always know how you're going to be able to help an organization or a people or a species, but just starting somewhere is really powerful, and that's what I did, just thinking I would send an incubator. But anyone can help, and you can help by going to Care for Karamoja on Facebook or careforkaramoja.org, or donating really to any giraffe organization or even any zoo, because all of those organizations are working to help wildlife around the world.